guys, welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than usual, and it's going back to the rock and roll side of things, per se. And it's about when Bob Dylan and the Beatles shared a joint together. And that's not a place. That's, they first smoked pot together. And it's kind of, weird because the Beatles were very inexperienced at the time. So I guess you can blame Bob Dylan on all of that, right? Anyway, let's look into it. Late August of 1964, the Beatles started their first official U.S. tour. The group began at Cow Palace in San Francisco and finished at the Paramount Theater in New York. Excuse me. On August 28th, 29th, the Beatles played at Forest Hill Stadium in New York and were befriended by Bob Dylan. Two parties were introduced by writer Al Ronowitz at New York's Delmonico Hotel. After a brief chat with the Beatles, Bob Dylan asked John, Paul, Ringo, George, and Brian Epstein if they wanted to smoke a joint. Epstein looked apprehensive and said that the band hadn't tried marijuana for years. Dylan was immediately surprised because he had been under the impression that they smoked weed because of the song I Want to Hold Your Hand. He mistook the lyrics, I can't hide, with I get high. The Beatles were never one to back down from a new experience and agreed. John Lennon took the joint and passed it to Ringo, who he called his royal taster. Ringo smoked the entire thing, not knowing the tradition of sharing the joint between people. In response, Dylan rolled a joint for each one of the Beatles, and they smoked. During the event, it was reported that Epstein said, I'm so high, I'm on the ceiling. I'm on the ceiling. McCartney got more philosophical and asked Mal Evans to write down everything he was saying. I just think it's funny because when I think of the Beatles, everybody's like the drugs and all, and they did later in years, but it's kind of neat to find out how they first got into it, I guess. Anyway, I'm not promoting pot by any means. I just thought this was a funny story. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget about Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Head on over there and please subscribe over there. Have a great day. God bless. Praying for you.